Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. This is Darlene and I'll be doing a reading for you in just a minute on a deceased loved one or ancestor. So I have to get my business out of the way first. You know how that works. We are compelled to do that, some of us. So first point of business is please stay to the end. I'm going to tell you how you can get a free reading with me. I'll be giving away a free reading the first week of December. So please stay tuned and I'll give you all the details on that at the end of this reading. And secondly, if you interact with this video at all, whether that's hitting the like button or making a comment or subscribing, I am very, very grateful. And it helps my channel to grow, and I'm just getting started here on YouTube. But most importantly, it helps the YouTube algorithm recognize that, hey, somebody kind of likes this content, let's push it out to a broader audience, and therefore it is more likely to reach the families that this is meant for, because this is a pretty narrow message on these readings that I do. So, okay, enough business. Excuse me. I have two ladies coming through today, and I'm just going to shuffle the cards while we're talking, see what comes out here. That we're related, and I'm saying that cautiously. I keep going back and forth. It feels like a little short grandma, and then the other young woman, she is quite attractive. I think she's 30-ish, has dark hair, lighter skin. Actually, she reminds me of Meghan Markle. She looks like her, just quite beautiful. And anyway, these two are coming through, and apparently they're coming through to talk to, I'm hearing the sister. Okay, so apparently the message, the viewer here today would be the sister. And I'm not getting as much information on these two ladies as I normally do, and I kept not wanting to start the reading because of that, and the Spirit said, no, just go with it, you'll be fine, just get on with it. So here I am. But they are showing me something, and gosh, y'all, for the life of me, I can't really make good sense of this. Something to do with chains, okay? I wish to goodness I could give you more, but they're kind of big chains like you would use to haul something behind, like a trailer behind a truck or something. They're big chains, you know, maybe the size of your finger thick. And I wish I could figure out what this is. I don't know why this is relevant. I mean, it could be, I guess it could be like, hypothetically, it could be like snow chains on somebody's tire that didn't work, and maybe that's why what caused somebody to cross over could be because the snow chains didn't work. That's a possibility, certainly. And as I say that feels like there's truth in that. But I wish I could give you more, but there's just, I suppose somebody could collect chains, or they could have been in the business of making chains. So if any of that relates, or some other thing that I haven't thought of, then this could be your family. And I'm getting the name, it starts with C-E-L, Cecilia or Cecil, or, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, those, Cecilia or Cecil, or Sicily could be, although I think that's spelled with an S typically, but there's a name like that involved here. I'm just waiting. I like to get pop-out cards, but if the deck says stop, I will stop. So bear with me while I'm shuffling, please. I appreciate your patience. And if it doesn't, we'll just see what happens here. Sometimes it means switching decks. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, let me just, while I'm shuffling, tell you two things about how I do my readings. One is, pardon me, if you are familiar with tarot and you know the traditional meanings of the cards, mine do not always match that. For example, if you are used to seeing meanings in a love reading or something. Because of the kind of reading this is, the context, they won't always match with what you know about tarot. So bear that in mind. I get messages sometimes from just one little thing on the card that has nothing to do with the meaning. So it's just the way Spirit talks to me to help me bring through the message and lock into the energy band, so to speak. All right, and let's see, what was the second thing I wanted to tell you? Help me out, what y'all? What was it? What was it? Oh, they're saying the deck's ready. Okay. Yeah. I just made a video before this y'all might want to watch. I'm going to call it the gate, what am I going to call it? Gate Buster, I think is what I decided, Gate Buster. That's real interesting. It's about my process, and I had a spirit that came in that, you know, burst through the gate, so to speak. And so you might want, if any of you are interested in how a psychic medium works, then you might want to watch that video. It's will be in, will be up and posted sometime this week. Let me see, and they're saying what's at the bottom. Okay, now let me tune in here and see what's happening. That was the other thing I was going to tell you too. Until I start shuffling the cards, I often don't know if the cards are speaking to the people who are crossed over or it's speaking to the viewer. So sometimes I need a minute to lock into that energy and see what it's saying. So bear with me a minute. Play with your dog or something while I'm doing this. Hang on, if you got your ear pods in, wash some dishes or something. Let's see here. Well, this could be happening in two layers, which means two bands of energy, which means sometimes it can be both. It could be a message, a dual message, the people that have crossed over and for the person here. So that, it doesn't happen that often, but that may be what's happening. That's kind of how I feel. They're giving me more insight now about how, and I'm not clear on if these two women crossed over together or separately, but I am feeling that one of them had to do with an auto accident or some kind of a incident, crash, something. And I get the feeling that it was somebody had been drinking too much. Because, you know, the devil, again, I don't always read traditional meanings of the tarot, but the devil card can be an obsession, can be addictions. And then right next to the Ten of Cups, that tells me this had to do with probably, and the Ten of Wands. This was, I feel like this was a drunk driving accident caused by a drunk driver, or somebody was drinking behind the wheel and caused this. So yeah, left everybody out in the cold. And that's interesting because I'm not typically drawn to the snow on this card. But now it's starting to coalesce that very well may have been when we were talking about chains, or I was talking about chains in the beginning, that may have, we're back to the snow chains. That could be what happened here. And then I feel like it left you, the viewer, the sister, single. In other words, it left you here. You were then here by yourself. Apparently she was, I think, your only sibling. Let me just see what else they're saying. Yeah, and on this card, this is the Five of Swords is, you know, fear, ego. I mean, it can be a number of things, but typically it's winning at all cost. And I'm just drawn to this. Let me put these down. Just drawn to this figure in the back. Looks like he's got his head in his hands, like he's weeping, and gosh, I lost. So again, this is a complex reading. I feel like this is again to the dual meaning. It's you having lost your sister and your. I just don't get the feeling that these two came through, were gone at the same time. But I could be wrong about that. Anyway. When you lost your loved one, definitely. But I'm getting this also to whoever this person was, this drunk driver that caused this accident. It's like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Kind of remorse that I'm feeling off of that card. Okay, let me go on. Yeah, okay. All right. So there was, again, 2 messages, 2 possible scenarios. And sometimes these readings speak to multiple families. Believe it or not, sometimes this can be multiple families, not even connected, that this story can apply to. I've had it happen. So 2 stories. There was a lover's quarrel. Somebody might have been drunk because of a lover's quarrel, and that's what caused this person to drink and caused this accident to happen. That's very possibly what I'm picking up here. Somebody might have broken up with somebody and caused a lover's quarrel. Well, there you go. Now that would, y'all saw that happen. My hand accidentally hit the cards, but there's no such thing as an accident. And what's underneath that? The 3 of Swords. Absolute heartbreak. Yeah, just 3 swords to the heart, heartbreak. Wow. Thank you, Spirit, backing me up there. All right, let me see. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do here. Let me just lay these out as they came. I think this is how they came out, but you know, the message doesn't change really. Not like I said, not like traditional tarot. Now, and this we're going to put there. Oh, gosh, that happened again. Let me just see what's here. This was followed or preceded. I can't remember, but because it's next to the 3 of Swords, that's true. Spirit's, it's saying, yep, that's the truth. But also I'm hearing, just a second. Yes, someone, wait. Okay, this is complicated, y'all, so bear with me here. This, again, a different message. So this, whoever was drinking here, they again, I've never been drawn to really look at this person's face, but look at that. This is typically the card of holding back. You know, he's the miser in the tarot. And I'm just drawn to his face. But that face looks like a face of regret or fear. It's more like that fear, probably. And then let's see what else we have here. I think this could have even been a hit and run. This could have even, because I've got remorse. I've got the Hierophant, which sometimes in this case, I'm feeling the energy off of this card. I'm feeling like a guru or a priest. So somebody might have gone to a priest to confess what they did, but it was slow in coming. And then Spirit intervened. Spirit said, no, we're going to balance this out. We're going to find or divulge the truth in this. Is one line that I'm getting. And yeah, and you thought, oh gosh, it's 3 different messages going here, y'all. I'm overwhelmed. Hang on. Golly, Spirit, you're giving it to me today. Okay, this is back to this, the band of energy that has to do with this lover's quarrel here. Lover's quarrel. You thought that once you came clean with this priest or whatever, or whoever this was, this could be the one that crossed over, but I feel like this is who did this and who was left behind is what it feels like to me. But if some of these details match, then apply it. So it feels to me like whoever you were in a committed relationship, you had a lover's quarrel. You wanted to make it right. You wanted to make it, you know, you held back, telling the truth for a while. You just didn't know what to do. I'm not going to have enough room to put all these out here. Let's see here. Hope you got the wrong camera, barely. You held back, and then you finally decided, okay, I think Spirit was kicking your butt, frankly. to come clean with the truth so that you could potentially get your life back, so to speak. But your partner, because this could have been a man, it could have been, you know, tarot is gender neutral, but I'm visually getting a man did this, and the reason I feel like that's backed up is because I feel like this was the lover that he had the quarrel with, or broke up with, or she broke up with him is more what I'm feeling. She broke up with him, and he did all this, and he confessed and came back and tried to make right, but she had already moved on. That's what it's feeling. Yeah, she was busy trying to manifest, you know, something else. Yeah. She was trying to manifest something else, and the quarrel might have been about another woman. Yep, I mean, this is just playing out like a love reading now, which is not my intention, but I feel like the love quarrel, and you may be this sister, you may be this woman right here. This could be exactly what's happening. You may be this woman who got in a quarrel, I don't know, and you might not even, well, I said there were 3 bands of energies, 3 stories. So you might not even know these people. You just might know of these ladies that crossed over because of what he did. Gosh, I hope this is making sense, y'all. This is tough. But yeah, I feel like there was another woman. Maybe you caught this man cheating because here's the Knight of Wands. He's the player card. You caught them doing, you know, whatever, giving his cup of love to somebody else. And then because the moon card is about secrets and fear, and there was a lack of balance in the relationship because this person was juggling. Yep, and you were spying on them, and then you found out, yeah, and here's more hidden stuff. But then eventually the truth did come out. Yeah. Wow, that's like a love reading, y'all. I just can't even believe. I don't think I've ever gone down that rabbit hole in one of these readings, but that's what it feels like is one of, if not the main storyline. So I think the viewer here is most likely this Empress who had to deal with this situation. And that really would explain a lot, because I was really having a hard time connecting strongly to the energy of these 2 women, and it would explain that, because it would mean they weren't really the message, they were sort of what happened because of this, okay? And I mean, certainly their lives matter. I don't mean to imply that for a second, but I'm just saying they were the vehicle by which you got the message and clarity that, so I think what they want to say to you, because I think you had remorse because you felt guilty that you had in some way, second-handedly albeit, but you had been the cause of this man drinking and going out of control, and then it caused this accident. So they are coming through for you today to tell you, no, they are fine, they're on the other side, there's no, don't feel guilty. They're just making a big point about that. Here again is another layer of messages. They have moved on. They are in their happily after space on the other side. There is no, they didn't carry those swords with them. They have already on their little tropical island there on the other side. Truly, I'm kind of making light of it, but that's the message they're wanting me to bring through. That this was all kind of a setup, if you will. Not really, but I do feel, a little sidebar message, I feel, and I've seen this so many times, I've had the privilege to be present when several close people that I know and family members crossed over, and I've gotten to be present and help them in that process and support them. And one of the things that I have observed is there is a lot of orchestration that happens leading up to someone's crossing over. Now that it's more easy to see because it takes longer if they have an illness, a protracted illness of some sort. But that doesn't mean it doesn't happen even with a sudden accident like this. Pardon me. 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been reading for a while. My throat was dry. So that's the feeling I'm getting, and they're here reassuring you that no, this was going to happen, whether it was this man or somebody else. It was their time to go, essentially. It was their time to go. And this could have been, I mean, again, there were two storylines, that you were the sister or you were the girlfriend. Those are the two storylines that are dominant here. And I started out saying she was her grandmother, but you know, it feels, actually the energy feels more like an aunt to me. So I don't know, apply it. If it fits, it fits. Don't make it fit if it's not your story. I'm just seeing if there's anything else here. Yeah, they're actually, they want me to pull from this deck. Okay, they want me to pull some advice cards for you. Oh, I gotta cut this one though. Wait a minute, because this one has reversals in it. So they're asking me to get a couple from this. Oh gosh, you can't make this stuff up, right? And at the bottom of the deck, what do we got here? Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Tarot is something else, I bet. Yeah. And I was, okay, so apparently I don't have to shuffle. I just cut the deck and there's the message. The message is, you feel like this was your fault. This is, again, that being left out in the cold here and the snow and the whole, these people can choose to go in this church. The doors are not locked. They can walk right in the church, but they're choosing to suffer here. And that's what I feel like they're saying to you. You are choosing to suffer, feeling this is your fault. And they're saying, no, it was not your fault. Pardon me. This is looking back on this is reminiscing about the past, that this was not your fault. You need to come out, because I think you've been reclusive since this happened. You've been quite reclusive, and it's time for you to get out of that energy. It's time for you to, yeah, you haven't wanted, you've had no interest in participating in the world or doing much of anything and taking action, and you've had these sleepless nights, and they're saying put an end to it. Just put an end to it. It's time to transform that. It's time to get out. I feel like the good news is, I feel like you've had some ideas during this time of reclusion that you've had. Is that a word, reclusion? Anyway, you've been reclusive. And I think you've gotten some ideas that will later be profitable for you in some venture that you have. That's my feeling. You will find love again. This was not right for you. This man, I see that you've walked away. That was done and dusted, as they say. That you will find love again, and yeah, because Knight of Cups, love after victory. You will definitely find love again. Don't be afraid to talk about this incident, but don't let it, in other words, don't treat it like it's a deep, dark secret, okay? It's not. It happened. You know, stuff happens. It just does. It happens to all of us. But then don't go around making that your lead story about your life. It's not. It's something that happened. And I think you're being forced to, I mean, I know it pulled the rug out from under you. It really did, because you were carrying, you know, the empresses, all the queens rolled into one, and she's carrying, and I think it pulled the rug out from under you when this happened. Yeah, and there's that same Five of Swords in reverse again. Now we're getting repeating cards. But, you know, it's not the end of you. It's the end of this cycle. It's the end of this cycle, but not the end of you. And Spirit's just saying, get back out there. Get back out. That's all I'm hearing. Stop. It's time to stop feeling sorry for yourself. It's time to put down the wand. Start working on your life again, perfecting your skills. Get back out there. That the injustice will be righted if it hasn't already. That karma will take care of it, or possibly even the justice system. I don't know how all that's played out since this happened, but it's all going to be fine. And you just need to do this and walk away and look the other way and start your life, okay? They're just encouraging you. They're just saying again, this was not your fault. It was not your fault. It would have happened anyway. If it hadn't been you, it would have been somebody else, or some other chain of events that would have caused this to happen. So please do not hold on to any regret or remorse in any form or fashion. This was not you, And Spirit's just being clear, and these ladies are being clear. No, we're happy, we're fine, we're with our families over here, and everything is good. So, alrighty, I think that's that. They're pulling the energy back, and let me tell you how you can get a free reading. So this will be for new subscribers. So if you have not yet subscribed, please do so, and make a comment on one of my videos and just say, I'm a new subscriber. I'd like to win a free reading or something to that effect. And I will take your name down. I will put them in a bowl and whatever, and I'm going to draw a name out, and I will announce the winner in a video, a separate video, probably the first week of December. Just remember, however, that the name I have will be your YouTube handle, your YouTube name. So, for example, if your YouTube name is Hello Kitty, but your actual name is Jane Doe, I'm going to announce Hello Kitty won the free reading. And so when you see the video, just put down in the comments or whatever. I will have all the instructions and how you're going to contact me and all that in the video, how to reach out to me. But just remember that, so when I announce it, you'll know that's you. Okay, folks, well, that is it. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you stayed to the end, I'm so grateful. I know your time is valuable, and I do appreciate it. And again, if you like this kind of content, please hit that like button, and I appreciate all of you who do or who comment. I do try to respond to comments. It may take me a couple of days, but I try to get to all of them. So thank you all so very, very much, and I wish you many, many blessings. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.